All right. So back to the chart. All right. So yeah, here we go, guys. Like I was saying, if it crosses below 1912.50, I'll be looking to get into some shorts. And if it goes above 19,500, I'll be looking to get into some longs. In the meantime, we're just gonna wait till the setup actually comes. If it does come, um, but like I said, we're just gonna be patient, guys, and see how the market is reacting today. See what it's doing. Make sure you guys have your contracts loaded up, ready to go. That way, when we see the opportunity, we're quick to react. Because it's all about performance and execution. So, with that said, um, let's get it. All right, cool. Now we just sit back and wait. And this morning, we don't got no major news, so it should be a smooth and clean trading session. Uh, Things are kind of looking little bearish. This whole week, we basically we moved up the whole week, so maybe some sellers to come in. At this point, we're just gonna wait up. And same like always, if nothing happens within like the first like 45 minutes to an hour, um, I'll open it up for some questions if you guys have any. But yeah, as you can see, the first 5 minutes, um, ain't really nothing going on. If you look at it right now, it's just wicking, going up, going down. That's just like really indecision. There's no clear direction. So that's why that's one of the reasons why I just wait uh be until we get more clear direction. Shares broken. is I forgot to pray actually, but sure. So there is a long way to go um, for the entry. It's like 100 points, a little over 100 points to get to um, take an entry. Um, I mean, if everything's aligned, I guess you could take an early entry about right. I would say there's just a lot of wicks right here. But if everything's aligned, yeah, we could you could take an early entry and ride it to 19,500. So I'll go ahead and put that right here. Uh, Actually, nah. We're just gonna leave it how we have it right now. Um, we just want to be, you know, wait for the good setup. Um, that's it. Let it do its thing right now. And I'm looking at confluence wise, so I'm looking at Apple. Apple's going up. Nvidia is kind of hesitant. Meta's going down. Amazon is like just staying flat, and Microsoft's going up. So at this moment, like I don't really have everything aligned. Um, yeah, so sometimes the market just has to adjust, and then they'll have like a clear direction. Or sometimes it's just choppy. What I like about what I'm seeing right now is since let's see, since 6 in the morning, it's been holding above the 9 EMA, the 20 EMA, and the 50 EMA. Right now, we're coming up to this bluish line, and that's VWAP. So it's kind of looking good. Like it looks like it wants to continue to go long, but it's still kind of early right now to get in the position. Could you have made money if you got in right here on this first candlestick? Possibly. So right here, but that's not really my style, and I rather just take the an entry where I'm more like comfortable with. Honestly, I think a break of now that the market is doing its thing, I would say a break of 19,411. I'm gonna add an alert here. This would be an early entry for the longs. So 19,411 would be an early entry to go along, and then at 19, what was this one? Let's see, I don't know. At 19,500 would be a more conservative entry to go long. So depending how things look, um, I may take an entry right here or not, but I'll definitely keep you guys posted if I do. I do like the fact that it's holding above all the indicators. Um, I have Apple going up, Nvidia's going up, Microsoft's going up, Amazon looks like it wants to go up, and Meta is still below the indicators, but it's a green candle. So things are looking good for the longs. As soon as I said that, I just wicked right now. But I already have my game plan, so I'm just gonna follow that plan unless something changes. But I'm just gonna get back right now. Wait, it's only been 11 minutes, guys. So since the market opened at 6:30, and look at that, it's wicking up rewap. So there's always different scenarios that can happen. So for example, like right now, it's wicking off this area right here, which is rewap. And what can happen is it could be just reverse, right? And then could just come all the way down, or um, so that would be good like for a reversal trader, whoever is reversal traders. So the thing is, guys, like there's different styles, right? Um, I'm mainly a breakout trader, so I like trading breakouts. But there's also people who do like reversals. There's people who do retest, right? So at the end of the day, there's always different ways to trade, but you just pretty much got to find what's your style and what works for you, right? For me, I have a high probability with the breakout trades, um, but for some people, they like taking reversals. And for example, a VWAP reversal, you could have caught some points right there. But again, it just comes down to like what's your style and how do you like to trade, and your I guess your statistics, right? Um, for those of you who journal, you know, what does your stats look like? You know, it's all comes down to like the more chart time you have, kind of the more experience you have, you know. So, but if you follow a systematic strategy, you'll be fine. Look at that, it's reversing. This candlestick it's already 44 points. And then it could retest these indicators, and then it could go back up. So that's why I am not trading right now because of this all this stuff that's going on. And now if I'm looking at influence, I see Meta's going down still, Amazon's coming down, Microsoft's coming down, and Nvidia looks like it wants to come down. Apple is wicking. So everything, it's like indecision right now. And when it's indecision, just wait up. By the way, guys, um, at any given moment, due to my situation right now, I will end this live like ASAP. So just be mindful of that. Okay, so that open was it's kind of like a bearish open. So, Discord, bro. You send it on. Again, guys, if I'm not saying anything, it's just because nothing's happening. However, the put setup, just be ready to get into some shorts if it does break our level. Um, which, if we look at it, it's kind of closer to breaking out to the downside rather than the upside. So just keep that in mind. Uh, we're looking like we want to break out. If you zoom out, we were on this big uptrend. Let me get rid of all these. See that. So if we zoom out, um, basically the whole week since Monday, we've been like on this little uptrend. So today, I mean, you never know what could happen, but sellers could probably cover some profit and they could bring the price back down. Maybe that's kind of what can happen. Or we could still go up. Thank you guys for being patient with me um, and waiting. I do these lives for educational and to help you guys, to guide you guys, uh, because at the end of the day, I want all of us to win, and so I want to make sure that when I do take trades, that I'm not just taking like whatever type of trades that I want to make sure that I'm taking quality trades, and I want to give you guys, the best. So that's why right now I still haven't taken a trade. And what I do have though is I'm ready and I have my game plan, right? So my game plan is if it breaks below like around 1912 area with some good momentum, and if everything is aligned, then to me, that would be considered a breakout trade. And 9 times out of 10, I will take that trade. And on the other side, my other game plan is for longs, if it breaks above this area up here, like the 19,500 area, I'm going to be looking to go into some longs. Anything else in between, I ain't really feeling it. Like this is showing like chop. To me, this is chop. All of this, what's going on here, is chop. I want to wait for a quality trade and a trade that will honestly give me the most return. So things are looking like they want to come down though. I have Meta coming down, Amazon coming down, Microsoft's coming down, Nvidia's coming down. Apple is like waking. It looks like it wants to come down. So we are closer to going short rather than going long. However, I'm just gonna wait. But things are starting to set up. Starting to set up. So just make sure you're ready. Make sure you have your contracts loaded up and you're ready. So once again, guys, things are looking bearish right now. I have Nvidia coming down, Microsoft coming down, Amazon coming down, Meta coming down. Apple looks like it wants to come down. So just be ready. Be ready. Uh, if you do get in, and just make sure that you have already like your risk tolerance. So what I mean by that is when you enter the trade, you should already have in your mind of an amount that you're okay with losing, right? So for everybody it's different. But for an example, say if you're only comfortable with losing $500 for the day. Well, if you hit $500, stop trading. Don't try to make the money back because that rarely works. But just go into the trade with having in mind that you want to protect your downside, right? Because guys, at the end of the day, it's all about risk management. So, anyways, So we didn't really miss out on anything yet. I mean, the market opened. Yeah, there hasn't really been any good moves. We're coming up to like around 25 minutes. So I'm hoping to catch a move with you guys. But again, uh, you never know. We just gotta be ready and wait for the opportunity to present itself. I mean, what I could see from here is that we're kind of struggling to go up. If you look at this candlestick and then the following one, it made like a lower high, and then this one right here, it made a lower high, and then now we're on this one, and it looks like it wants to do the same thing and make a lower high. So it's indicating that it's struggling to go up and that we might get some momentum to the downside, just based off what I'm looking at right here. And for all the impatient people, um, just try to work on your patience. I know sometimes as traders, we are like eager to trade and we get excited and we just want to take every candlestick. But that's like just guessing it and you're just trying to find different ways. But I think it's better when you have a system and you just stick to your plan and follow it and just make it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Just keep it simple. And I'm just talking about really like different things right now because nothing's going on. If you look at the chart, nothing's really happening. By the way, guys, all right, I'm gonna read something to you guys. All right. It's something that I made. Um, I like reading this because I really believe that our mind is powerful and the things that we tell ourselves or the things we read and say, um, it really like it goes into like our subconscious, you know. So, anyways, I wrote down the, like this little like day trading like creed, or whatever you want to call it. But I like to read it like before the market opens or whenever, just so it could like get installed in my head. So I'm gonna share it with you guys. All right. So it says, um, whoa, look at that candlestick right now. Do you guys see that? It was a crazy candlestick. 7 o'clock. You know, we did have some news, but it wasn't high impact. But the market is responding to it. So let me check it out real quick. The news. It was at a medium impact, but it is making the market do something. So we had. Oh, hold on, it's loading. We had at 7 o'clock. We had the Michigan consumer expectations and consumer sentiment. So it actually came out good, and that's why right now the market is it's kind of going like this candlestick right here, 50 points. And then we had the Michigan 5-year inflation expectations and the yeah. So for that one, it came out at a 6.5, and then the expected was a 6.7. And then, but look, so you know, for all the excited traders, they want to be like, oh, I'm gonna get into a position right now, like I'm gonna get in calls, like I'm gonna get in. The thing is, guys, like, look, if you look at it, it's still like it's still within this little area. It's not really doing anything, right? Like, look at this candlestick at 640. We did a wick right here. This candlestick hasn't even passed it. So it's like, don't get all excited just for one candlestick. Um, like I'm just speaking from experience, because I've I've been there and I've done that, and it's just not really um it's not really good. Anyways, back to let me read my creed real quick if you guys even want to hear. It says, I am a disciplined trader. I trade with patience and precision. I do not chase. I wait for the best setups. Risk management is my edge. Less risk, better results. I do not overtrade. Greed and fear have no place in my decisions. I trade with confidence, not hesitation. I remember my purpose, God, my wife, my kids, and my future. I am already a great trader, and I trade like one. God grant me wisdom, peace, and gratitude in every trade. That was my creed. So like I printed it out. Um, anyways, just wanted to share that with you guys. I think that's pretty cool. Kind of helps me too. So um, yeah, guys. I think I already did like a lot of talking. So yeah, I'm glad you guys like the creed. I'm glad you guys like it. So you guys could make one for yourself too. Like whatever is gonna help you. You guys wanna just claim it, just claim it. Just believe it, and it's gonna happen. So nothing's going on right now. Let's see how the next candlestick. What I do like about this candlestick is that it did wick, but then now look, as we're getting towards the end of this of the close, it's closing. It looks like it wants to close higher, but that could all change. Look, it's wicking, so we can also get a close right here and open right here. So see a wick right here. That was a big wick, which is not really a good sign. And then look, we have 4 seconds left. Three, two, one, and look where it opened. Hmm. At an okay spot, but ideally for this, I would have wanted it to open like up here somewhere, and then continue up. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad open. Uh, so the news was pretty good. So that can change like the sentiment of the market. Uh, but so far, it's just kind of struggling to go up. Like even with that news candlestick at 7 o'clock, we didn't even break this 640 candlestick, which it just kind of just stood in this little area. And but if we can break it and we can continue to go up, like I said, guys, this is the early entry at 19,411 for longs, and then the more safer entry would be the 19,500. And again, just whatever entry you guys take, um, just control your risk. By the way, there's nothing wrong with taking a trade if you believe in it and you're confident in it. Um, whether I say I'm in or out, if you feel confident in that trade, take it. But just protect your downside, you know? And for whatever reason, if that trade doesn't go in your favor or doesn't go as you expected, then get out the trade and wait for another good setup. Um, so right now, as I'm looking, I see Nvidia is going up, Apple is going up, and it looks like it wants to retest its previous high. Meta is going up, but it's still below its indicators. Amazon is going up, but it's still below the 50, and Microsoft is going up. So I do have these aligned right now. This candlestick is already up 50 points. So that's very, very positive, and that's showing that a lot of buyers are coming in and that they're getting stronger, right? As we can see from the first candlestick, look how look how it was. Look at the body of the candlestick, right? Look at the second one. We had a lot of sellers, and now if we look over here, the buyers are coming in and they're pushing the price up. So again, early entry, we're getting close to that early entry of 19,411. If we can hold above it and continue to push up, then it's looking really, really good. Um, and I might take the trade. It just depends. Or I'm just gonna wait till 19,500 to be like extra safe. So interesting candlestick. We are wicking at 19,363. Okay, there it goes. It broke it. It broke this candlestick. So now we're going up higher. It's 73 points already. So it is a big candlestick. Um, and there's about 30 seconds left to go. We can continue to push up higher, um, which it's a high possibility that it can go higher uh, based on what I'm seeing right now. I know some of you are thinking like, man, look at that, 75 points already. Like I could have been in that. True, you could have. I like that open. It's a strong open right now. I like that open. These are looking good so far for the upside. So initially I like the open, but I don't like how it's kind of doing this stuff right here. If we could continue to go up, then I might take the breakout, and I'm just gonna be ready. All right. It looks like it wants to break out soon, so I have pretty much like um, I have my finger on the trigger, right, and I'm ready to pull it, but I'm just waiting for that bullseye shot. I'm waiting till I have it aligned. Once I see it aligned, take my shot. All right, now just waiting. All right, I have Nvidia going up. Microsoft is going up. Amazon looks like it wants to go up. Meta looks like it's turning around and starting to go up. It goes. Looks like it wants to break out soon. Uh, we're kind of extended, but soon it's almost there right now. It's almost there. We're almost at the early entry. Um, let's see. The only thing that's keeping me like hesitant a little bit is Apple. Apple is not aligned, but I have Nvidia, Meta, Amazon, and Microsoft. So I have 4 out of 5 aligned, which is still good because then Apple can just change. Uh, and look at that, it's like wicking right there near the breakout. So if you look right here, it's like wicking in this like so close to this area right here. We came up and it wicked, and then so let's see, it's like waiting too. I feel like it's waiting. So just be ready though. I have 4 out of 5 confluence aligned. Apple is not aligned, but it's still holding above the indicators. Everything else is going in the same direction. Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, and Nvidia. But look at that wick. That was a good hold off, guys. Um, look at that. It wicked perfectly, like literally like two, no, like 8, let's see, 7. So like it literally wicked like 3 points from our entry. So like if we would have got in like a little bit early, we would have already been like stopped out from here to here. Like so that's why I just stay patient because we don't want to get tricked out. Okay. It's a pretty good open. I like that open. I just want to see more volume come in. I want to see more momentum come in, and so let's see. It's struggling. It's struggling. So that was a good hold off. That was a good hold off because look what's happening right now. Dang. Look at that. It's coming back down. Good, good hold off. Apple is red, Nvidia is red, Meta is red, Amazon's red, and Microsoft's red. So that was a really, really good hold off right there. Remember how I said we have our finger on the trigger. We were about to pull it, but then we waited. And today's Friday. Shit. You know what, guys? I just remembered something. I will be back like in maybe 2 minutes. I gotta um, handle something real quick. But if the breakout does happen, guys, use your best judgment. I'm gonna be back like in maybe like 2 minutes. All right, guys. But it's looking kind of good. Um, hold up though. I gotta. Hi guys. Guys, I am back. I am back. And look what happened. It didn't want to break out. Thank God. Well, not thank God because we wanted to break out, but thank God that I didn't miss it. Anyways, uh, so we're coming up on an hour and nothing has really happened. Um, I'm gonna wait till 7:30, and if nothing happens until then, till then I should say, then I'll open it up for any questions. If you guys have any questions, maybe I'll open up sooner. But right now, looks like nothing wants to happen. All right. And it's a nice day outside. It's a little cold right now, but just I'm started. Thank God for another day. All right. Let's see what's going down. So, guys, look, it is struggling to go up. And now it's looking very, very, excuse me, or it's looking it's looking bearish, guys. From what I'm seeing right now, it's look ooh, that's very, very bearish, guys. So be ready. Um, it's looking like it just wants to reverse now, guys. Honestly, Apple's coming down, Nvidia's coming down, Meta's coming down, Amazon's coming down, and Microsoft's coming down. So I have everything aligned right now. Like everything's aligned, which is perfect. Um, I'm gonna wait probably still, but we're getting close to the breakout for the downside. We are getting close. So have your finger on that trigger, have your finger on the mouse. Um, and have it ready to go because we might get it, guys. We might get it right here. And I just have like this intuition that if it does break below our entry, that it's just gonna like continue to freaking tank down. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna happen. Um, so just sometimes I do get like kind of excited, but that's just I just gotta remind myself. Like, all right, guys, we're gonna take it slow and steady, and we're gonna be patient. You know, I keep emphasizing being patient, right? Because like patient in this game or in this like industry, patient actually pays. It pays to be patient, right? So like, you know how you spell it like PATIENCE or something, patience. Well, I hope I spelled that right. But I spell it like PAYTIENC, patience, patience, right? That's how I spell it. Um, but yeah, guys. Anyways, I hope you guys are still hanging with me. Let me see. Let me see who's up in this chat still. All right, cool. I appreciate you guys still rocking with me right now. Um, what prayers do you say before trading? Yeah, so that's actually good. Like I just saw the message right now. Patience. Yeah, that's how I do it right there. There you go. Look at that. PAYTIENCE. Patience. All right. So prayers. Yeah. So like in the morning, like sometimes like I do you guys probably already kind of noticed like in the mornings, like I'm kind of sleepy, right? I'm just like, bro, like sometimes I don't even want to wake up, but you know, I'm just like I'm that type of person that I'm just gonna get out there. Anyways, so prayers, like I just always thank God every morning, like when I wake up. I try not to like look at my phone first. And I just always give God thanks. I thank you, Father God, like for another day of life. Thank you for letting me wake up. You know, thank you for everything. I give like glory to God first. Um, yeah, that's kind of what I do. And then I like to read my creed that I made. Um, and then ideally though, what I would like want to do more. Look at it. It looks like what's coming up. I would want to start like reading like my Bible more in the morning, honestly. If I'm being completely honest. Um, I need to spend more time with God. Um, I just that's just how I feel. I always just want to do better. So, um, but yeah, I highly recommend that you pray first before anything, because you never know what you can encounter throughout the day. But things are looking good right now, guys, for the shorts. So I like the fact that we rejected up here, and now we're pushing down. So, and I have everything aligned. Everything is going in the same direction. So, looking good. What was I saying? So, like, so for example, like reversal traders, right? So, say if you're a reversal trader, if you're looking right here at the 715 candlestick, look at that. It was a strong one, right? Like, this would be good for reversal traders. They would get in on the reversal, and look at that. They could write it down, right? Like, this would have been good amount of points. Um, and I've done that before, but it doesn't always work that way. So there were times where I made money, but then there was also times where I lost money. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that reversal no more. And then so I stopped doing reversals. Um, and then that's why I just like catching those breakout trades, honestly. So let's see what happens. We're coming up on almost a 1 hour, and the market hasn't done anything. If you look at it from when it opened, look at that, it opened like right here at 19,302. It's barely right here. So like, what's that, like 30 points so far since it opened? Yeah, you could have caught moves in between here, but you gotta ask yourself, like, was it a quality trade, and was that really worth it? Was it worth the freaking headache? Was it worth the stress? You know, because there's been a lot of times where I've gotten in trades before. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm like praying, like, Lord, please make it go back in my favor. You know, when you pray, when you're in the trade, then something's going wrong. Uh, you want to, when you take a trade, you want to just be like relaxed as best as you can. I know it's hard because our emotions, we're like, oh my God, like this is our money. And as I'm talking, it's going down. And so we got to be ready. So looks like it wants to break out to the downside. It's kind of close. It's like right now, it's setting up. Like, so it's setting up to go down. Like, everything is literally aligned right now. I have Apple, Nvidia, Meta, Amazon, and Microsoft. They're all red. Ooh, look at that wick though. Nope. I don't even like when it wicks like that. So now Nvidia is green. You see? That's probably what caused the wick right now on NQ. Yeah. So like, let's see, let me see. I just saw your question right now. Should I set a stop sell order below the level, or should I enter manually? Okay, so I would enter manually. Like, I wouldn't set it and then like, yeah, I would just enter manually. That's what I would do. Enter it manually. So it's 7:30 right now, guys. And we haven't got a clean breakout. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it up. If you guys have any questions, let me see, figure this out. And if we do get a breakout while we're answering any questions, then I'm gonna focus on those questions. But let me see. I'm trying to. Okay, Trevor. Okay, guys. So if you guys have any questions, I opened up the chat where or the microphones where you guys could unmute yourself. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. Pick my brain. Um, I want all of this to make sense to you guys. So you guys can ask me anything while I'm still going to be looking at the chart. And if we get a breakout, then we're gonna obviously we're gonna focus on the trade. But in the meantime, I could answer any questions. It's looking like it wants to break out though, guys. Um, 33 points, 35 points, 24 points. I have Nvidia going down. Apple is like, well, it's green, but it looks like it wants to go down. And then Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta is all red. So influence wise, I have 4 out of 5. It's below my indicators, so that's a good sign. It's below the 90 EMA, the 20 EMA, and the 50 EMA. Um, I kind of just don't like these wicks right now. Like it's wicking. I don't like that. It's pretty much like it wants to go down, but it's just like hesitating. So I'll give it another like 10 minutes, guys. So I'll give it 10 more minutes. And if nothing's happening within 10 minutes, just make sure that you guys set alerts, right? And if we do get a breakout, then that's when you're gonna be like, okay, we're getting the breakout, take the trade. Because if we do get the breakout and if I'm not live with you guys, I'm gonna take the breakout. So just make sure my bad. Make sure you guys set alerts. Set alerts. But if you're gonna enter a trade, enter it manually. Okay, so have it already. Like, okay, I'm monitoring it. I'm in the trade, and get in, make that money, and get out. If you want to leave, depending on your position size, if you want to leave one runner, leave a runner, but just make sure that you cover profit. And look at that. It looked like it was about to, and it didn't. So I'll wait till like about six. I mean, I'll wait till 7:40. Um, And then in the meantime, guys, if you guys have any questions, table is open right now. You can ask me anything. Don't be shy. I want to provide value to you guys. So,
Hi, hi
hello.
Isaac.
Good
Um,
morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good, good. Thank you.
Um, I'm kind of new to the Tradeovate screens.
Okay.
Are you using Tradeovate right here, or is this
So
the
this right here, what
view?
we're looking at is trading view,
Hmm.
but I have trade over linked to it.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then for stop loss,
Mm.
would it like I don't know how to put a stop loss on Tradeovate.
Yeah. So on trade over, the platform is kind of tricky.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when I actually trade, I use trading view.
Mm.
Because it's much easier to navigate than Tradebait. So like what I recommend is if you're trading with one account, then you can just log into TradingView and pull up that one specific account, and you
Mm-hmm.
can place the orders and executions on TradingView. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's completely fine. But if you're using multiple accounts, hold on, what the hell? Okay. If you're using multiple, are you still on the phone?
Yes.
Okay. If you're using multiple accounts,
Yeah, I'm
then
using multiple accounts.
okay, so for multiple accounts, you would have to enter and exit the trade through Trade Await. But if but you can monitor it on Trading View. You
Okay.
just can't exit or close it on Trading View because if you exit and close it on Trading View, it's gonna close only that specific account. It
Okay.
won't close all the other ones. So what I recommend to do is that you link it to TradingView, and then if you want to place like a hard stop on TradeOvate, what you'll do is you'll you'll have to like if you go onto the chart and hover over it, you know how you have like that line, you would have to like hit the right mouse stick, and then it should like pop up something there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, did
No,
it? Are you doing it
it's
or?
okay. It's okay. We can do that later on.
Yeah, we could probably do that one later, but that's how you'll like do both of them. That's how I do it. I just monitor it through TradingView, but I'll have a TradeOvate open to obviously to like buy and sell my position.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then so you selected this line on the bottom where we can start
Yeah.
because of these lower wicks, right?
So let me see. Oh, let me pull it up right now. All right. Okay. So yeah. So if I zoom out right here, look. So this is Can you see like where my cursor is?
Yes.
Okay. So like all of this right here is like what happened overnight, right? All of this. So
Mm-hmm.
we had a high up here, and then look what happened. It came to a low,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just did a bunch of this right here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's indicating to me that we're holding the support at this level. But if we were to break this support level, then that's a strong indication that we can continue to go more down. And
Mm-hmm.
then vice versa for the top to go long. We since we had a high up here, and then look what happened. It hit like this high level, which is also known as resistance,
Mm-hmm.
and it came back down. It never broke it. So, if you look at now, if you look at this gray box that I drew in, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like a zone area where in that zone it's like a no trade zone, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to trade in that zone because that's like indecision. It's
Mm-hmm.
considered chop, right? There's no clear direction. So
Mm-hmm.
what you want to do is you want to wait for a breakout, whether it's to the upside or whether it's to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Sweet, sweet. Yeah, so that's how I do it. And sometimes it's not always like pre-market high or pre-market low.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta pay attention to where like the candlesticks are like showing the most resistance and showing the most support. So like
Mm-hmm.
that's why I also have an early entry for right here at
Mm-hmm.
19,411. I have an early entry. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look over here, if I come across all this area, like let me kind of draw it. So like this is an early entry, and if you look like all in this area, right, where I'm drawing this like thing, you can see there was like a lot of like resistance or a lot of like stuff going on in this area. So if
Mm-hmm.
we were to break through that area, then that's okay. We're getting that good momentum where it's getting very close to our conservative entry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what can happen is that we can break through all of this right here, and we can continue to push up and get that clean breakout, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we can come up to this area like we did. Look, we have a perfect example right here. If I zoom in, look
Mm-hmm.
where I had the early entry. Do you see it right here?
Yeah, right above.
So look what happened. We got near it, and then bam, we came back down.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so like that kind of saved us, right? And how I was able to recognize that was because look what happened all in this area. You
Mm-hmm.
can kind of see like it stood within like a zone, but like very small zone. So we
Mm-hmm.
have a big zone, which is this big gray one, and then we have like a little small one in this area.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I
Because
was
there's so
able
much
to.
activity over there, right?
Huh?
Because there's so much activity over there.
Exactly. Like if you zoom out, so that's another thing. Like you want to zoom out and look at the overall picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes traders we're so focused like on zoomed in and we're just focused on this little part. But if you actually take a second to zoom out, you're gonna see the bigger picture, and it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna give you like a more better perspective of what's actually happening, rather than just zooming in and focusing on that specific little small window.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope that that helped and like got you more clarification and answered your question.
Yeah, no, it did. Yeah, there's this one's like far off. Like I think yesterday there was a little bit, it was a smaller window
Yeah,
that broke.
exactly. It was like today, it's like a big difference.
Hmm.
Yesterday, it was more tight, and
Hmm.
therefore it was a lot more smoother. And it actually makes a difference because if you see right here, like look, nothing has really happened. If we're looking
Hmm.
at what's happening now, it's just a bunch of like indecision. It's staying
Hmm.
within this area, which is not really good. But yesterday, if we look at yesterday, we can see like during pre-market yesterday. Look, I'm gonna draw it in. I'm gonna just do like a circle. Look from like pre-market, like all of this area right here. It was much tighter, right?
Hmm.
And then look, we got a clean breakout.
Right. Yeah.
See?
It was smooth. Great.
A real smooth one. And oftentimes or not, these are the quality trades that are gonna work out good. And oh, sure, hold on. Not to say that today we're not gonna get a clean one because it's still early. It's only 7:42. So we still have really till 1 o'clock, right?
Hmm.
But to avoid having us stay at the chart all day and focus on the chart like literally the whole day, what you can do is you can set alerts.
Hmm.
So the alerts will help you um, walk away from the chart. And if you get a notification, okay, the breakout is about to happen or the breakout is happening, let me see what's going on. If I should enter the trade now. And it all depends on what you're seeing at that given time because a lot can change. So that's
Hmm.
why, like, what I do is I keep the same strategy, but the game plan play by play might change.
Hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. And how do you do an alert?
So on alert on Trading View,
Hmm.
there's two ways you can do it. You could right click and then it'll say add an alert.
Okay.
Can you see that on my screen?
Yes. Yes, I can see that.
And then you will like click it, and then it'll tell you like um, crossing, and then whether it's gonna cross it to go above it or whether it's gonna go below it, right? So
Hmm.
then that's one way. Another way is if you just hover over right here to this little plus sign. Do you see it?
Hmm. Hmm.
You will click it and then press add alert.
Hmm. Okay.
So um, yeah, and then look, if you look right here, it'll show you like your sell. If I want to sell it at that area, I can
Hmm.
click it and it'll automatically sell it for me.
Hmm.
Or if I want to buy it at that area, right?
Hmm.
Or if I
Hmm.
want to create a new order.
Hmm.
So I like TradingView because it's very, very easy to navigate. TradeAway, I don't like it, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, that's
I
why I
love
just use
you
it
as
to
well.
buy and sell. That's it. But if I had the choice to buy or sell just on TradingView, um, I would, but you can only do it individually, not when they're linked.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like if I'm trading an eval, and it's just by itself, then I'll just log into my trading view and then trade it on trading view. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions? I'll give you guys a couple more minutes, and if there's no more questions, we have been on this live for over an hour, so and nothing's happening. But I can't predict the market, so I don't. All we can do is wait for our quality trades. But in the meantime, I hope you guys got value from what I've been talking about and what we've been talking about. And honestly, it doesn't look like nothing's gonna really happen right now. I mean, a lot can change, very, very fast. But that's why we have alerts, and that's the good thing about alerts is that we'll send an alert. So if it triggers, we're gonna be paying attention to it, and we'll probably into that trade. Um, so yeah, guys. With that said, if that's all the questions you guys have, probably just gonna um, close it down right now. Close down this live. And remember, guys, trade smart and don't force any trades. Okay, be patient with it. There's always a new opportunity, right? So don't force any trades that you're gonna end up regretting over the weekend. All right, guys. With that said, appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys have a great day, and God bless you guys.
Thank you.